Hi everyone, welcome to Engineered Math. In this video, I will teach you about independent and dependent voltage and current sources. So in every electrical circuit, we can have both passive and active elements. So when we say active elements, they are capable of generating energy, while passive elements are not. So the examples of passive elements are resistors, capacitors, inductors, while for the active elements, the examples can be generators, batteries, operational amplifiers, and so on. So having said that, it is important for us to discuss one of the important active elements in the circuit, which are the independent and dependent voltage and current sources. Because without them, we cannot generate energy or power within the circuit. Okay? So basically, we have two types of voltage and current sources. So the first one is the independent sources and the second one is the dependent or controlled sources. So let's start with the first type, which is the independent sources. So independent sources is an active element that provides a specified voltage or current that is completely independent of other circuit elements. So when we say independent sources, they have a fixed value. So they don't depend on other values of voltage across or current through any other element within the circuit. So we can have an independent voltage source or an independent current source. So let's start with the independent voltage source. So from the word itself, independent voltage source, it is a source that provides energy or delivers power via voltage. So in schematic diagrams, we can have the symbol for voltage source as this one, a circle with two terminals and having a polarity of plus or minus or the other way around. So it depends as how you connect the independent voltage source on the circuit. So it can be plus minus or minus plus. And then beside the symbol, you will put the actual value, the fixed value of the independent voltage source. Let's say V volts. Okay, so this value is fixed. It will not change because it is an independent voltage source. Okay, so we can have two types of independent voltage sources. So the first one is the direct current or DC voltage source, and the second one is the alternating current or AC voltage source. So when we say direct current or DC voltage source, it has a fixed value. It does not vary with time. So if you try to plot the graph of a DC voltage source, so let's have voltage versus time, it will have a fixed value, let's say V volts. So in this graph, you can see that the value of the voltage V does not change with respect to time. It is always fixed at V. So the examples of the DC voltage sources are the battery, the chargers, power supplies, and so on. So they have a fixed value. But this time for AC voltage sources, they don't have a fixed value. They vary with time. So if we try to plot an example of a particular AC voltage source, so let's have voltage versus time. Let's use AC voltage source. So it looks like this. So as we can see in the figure, the value of the voltage V is not fixed, but they vary with respect to time at these different points, right? So it can have its fixed point here, let's say V peak, and it can have its negative minimum point, let's say negative B peak. So one of the most common examples of AC voltage source is the voltage from our wall socket or mains outlet. So it is an example of sinusoidal voltage source. So other examples of AC voltage source are those having triangular waveforms, square waveforms, sawtooth waveforms, and so on. So by the way, we can have another symbol for AC voltage source. So aside from this symbol, so in particular for sinusoidal waveform, we can have a symbol like this. So you will just put a sine wave inside the circle, and you can also put the polarity, with plus or minus can be in other position as well. Okay? Next, let's have the second type of independent sources, which is the current source. So this time, independent current source provides energy or delivers power within the circuit via current. So the symbol for current sources looks like this. So we still have a circle and then two terminals. Instead of polarity, we will have an arrow that can point upward or an arrow that can point downward. Okay, so it depends on how you will connect this current source within the circuit. So, beside also the symbol, you will have the fixed value. Let's say current I amps. So, this current I will not change because it is an independent current source. Now, like in independent voltage source, we also have two types of independent current source. The direct current or DC current source and the alternating current or AC current source. So, if you try to plot DC current source, it will also have a fixed value. So, let's have current versus time. So, it will have a fixed value with respect to time. So, let's say I amps. So, the value of current will not change and will be fixed always at the value I. While for AC current source, it can also be the graph of a sine wave. So, this time, if you try to plot current versus time, it can also look like this. So, this is a sine wave current source. It can have its maximum I peak here and its corresponding negative minimum I peak here. Okay, so it varies also with time. So, we can also see symbols for particular sinusoidal current source as this. So, you can put a sine wave inside the circle and then just draw arrow up, or you can also draw arrow down. Okay? Now, we can have ideal independent voltage and current source as well as non-ideal independent voltage or current source. Now, when we say ideal, in terms of independent voltage source, there is no series resistor connected. While in terms of independent current source, there is no parallel resistor connected. And it also means that ideal independent sources could in theory supply an infinite amount of energy. So that's the ideal. While for the non-ideal, so these are the practical independent voltage and current sources. That is, there will be a series resistor connected with the independent voltage source and a parallel resistor connected across the independent current source. So far, the symbols that we have discussed is used for ideal independent sources. So for non-ideal independent voltage source, so we will just have additional series resistor for the symbol. Okay, so let's say RS. And for the non-ideal independent current source, we can just connect additional parallel resistor across current source, let's say RS, so that this whole independent voltage source and independent current source together with their series resistor and parallel resistor can be connected to any other part of the circuit through their terminals. Okay? So we can conclude here that for ideal independent voltage source, the series resistor is 0 or it is shorted. While for the ideal independent source, we can conclude that RS is infinity or it has a high value. Or we can make the parallel resistor open. Okay, now let's have the other type of voltage and current sources, which is the dependent or controlled sources. So independent or controlled sources is an active element in which the source quantity is controlled by another voltage or current. Okay, so this time, for dependent or controlled sources, the value is not fixed, or its value is dependent on the voltage across or current through any other element within the circuit. So the general symbol for dependent or controlled sources, either current or voltage source, is like this. So you can just have this symbol, which resembles a rotated square or a diamond with two terminals. So for voltage source, it can have a polarity of plus minus or the other way around, minus plus. And then for the dependent current source, same symbol with two terminals. This time, you will just draw arrow up or arrow down. And for the labels, beside these symbols, there will be different cases. So actually, we will have 4 types of dependent or controlled sources. So we can have a voltage-controlled voltage source or VCVS, a current-controlled voltage source or CCVS, a voltage-controlled current source or VCCS, and a current-controlled current source or CCCS. So we can have 4 combinations since initially we have 2 types of sources, right? We can have a voltage or a current dependent source. Now this dependent voltage source can depend on voltage and current. Likewise, this dependent current source can depend on voltage or current. So that's why we have a total of 4 combinations for dependent or controlled current sources. Okay, now let's have the first type of dependent or controlled sources. So we have the voltage controlled voltage source or VCVS. So the symbol again is this. So it has a polarity of plus minus or minus plus because it is a voltage source, right? And it has a label V here to denote that it is controlled by this voltage V across any other element of the circuit. Okay? So as an example, we have here the internal equivalent diagram for an op-amp. So usually we use dependent or controlled sources when we are representing the equivalent circuit for electronic components like transistors, op-amps, IC, and so on. So here, for the voltage-controlled voltage source, we can represent this using an op-amp. So the output of an op-amp VO is actually a voltage-controlled voltage source equivalent to AVD. So the output voltage is equal to the gain multiplied by the voltage difference between the input terminals V1 and V2, which is the V minus and the V plus, right? So VD is equal to V plus minus V minus, right? So inside this op-amp, you can see this symbol. The symbol for the VCVS, which is equivalent to AVD. So that's why an op-amp is considered a voltage-controlled voltage source because its output VO is dependent on the voltage difference VD between the input terminals multiplied by the gain A. Okay? Next, let's have the voltage-controlled current source or VCCS. So the symbol is this. This time, we have an arrow up or arrow down because we have a current source. And for the label, we have this letter V to denote that it is voltage controlled or the value of the current source is dependent on the voltage across other element within the circuit. So as an example, we have this, the AC equivalent or small signal equivalent circuit for a MOSFET. So we can represent the current ID flowing through the MOSFET as a voltage controlled current source which has a value of GM-VGS. Okay, so therefore the drain current ID for a MOSFET is considered a voltage-controlled current source because it has a value that is dependent to the VGS or gate-to-source voltage multiplied by GM. So GM is the transconductance. Okay, so once you have found the value of the gate-to-source voltage VGS here, you can find the value of ID by multiplying it by GM. Okay, next, let's have current-controlled current source or CCCS. So the symbol is this. We have a current source that has an arrow up or arrow down and it has a label of I to denote that it is current-controlled, meaning its value is dependent on the current through any other element within the circuit. So as an example, we have here a transistor which is a BJT, bipolar junction transistor, where we have here the current IC flowing through the BJT, which is represented as this current-controlled current source with value beta IB. So IC is equal to beta IB. So IC is a current-controlled current source because it is dependent on the current IB, the current flowing through the base, multiplied by the beta or the gain of the BJT. So once we have found the current flowing through the base, IB, we just need to multiply that by beta to get the value of IC. Okay? So lastly, we have the current-controlled voltage source or CCVS. So we have this symbol. We have a voltage source with polarity plus minus or minus plus. And we have this label I to denote that it is current controlled, meaning that its value is dependent to the current through any other element within the circuit. So we have here an actual example of a circuit wherein we have an independent voltage source with 25 volt value, and we have three elements A, B, and C. So we have here now the CCVS wherein its value is denoted by 10I. And this I is the current flowing through this element C. So that's why it is a CCVS, because the value of the voltage is equivalent to 10 multiplied by the current flowing through the element C within the circuit. Okay? Okay, so I think that's it for this video for independent and dependent voltage and current sources. So I hope you learned something from this video, and thank you for watching.